Food and boobs.
It's all a man needs. Food and boobs. I mean, not exactly, but you know. Yeah. Oh yeah, guys, by the way, check out what I'm rocking. Got this. Got this.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Kill a Kill, episode 7. All right.
Okay.
Rocking a Senketsu scarf and
the 3-star wristband.
Yes.
Yeah.
But oh man, we had the Deva,
Mr. Ronin, Miraluka Ronin, who's blind but he can still see.
Yes. I like his character design. It's one that's probably the most simplistic of the 4 Devas.
Sure,
but still really
awesome.
Really fun, and the fact that he had actual character development within an episode.
Right,
cool.
and also let's just be clear about the fact that because of him, we were able to see young Satsuki still doing her usual pose like that. I mean, come on.
Come on.
By association, that makes his character more awesome.
Way more awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, guys. This is it's another Kill a Kill episode.
Yep.
So more hype, more hijinks, more ridiculousness. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys. We're gonna start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now.
That looks good.
Just tempura broccoli, though.
Yeah.
Not so sure about those. Just with the bone and everything.
Deep frying mystery ingredients. So the only constant is potatoes.
Yeah. Aw.
I just realized this is also a reversal on Gurren Lagann because the cook is actually good at cooking.
Right. Sure. Aww.
But she's gonna take a bath in an oil drum. Like.
Aww. Yeah. No, the same face.
Yep.
Yep. Are you really sorry, though? Are you really?
Yeah, they're not. Yeah.
A loser I can't hate. All right.
Is that referencing Satsuki? Or Riko? Satsuki is the one that seems to have the problem with losers. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna actually learn the names from the opening. Like, if I learn the names, it won't be because of the opening. I really want to see, I'm really excited to see Ira, his whole, whenever he gets the focus, you know, probably won't be for that long, but,
The threads that bind us, the threads that divide us, the threads that will reunite us.
Naturally.
Itadakimasu.
Lunchbox are just totally stuffed.
What the?
Hey, someone gave you a free knife.
Jack and Naito from the Knife Throwing Club. Strip to the will to fight. Classic.
See, Mako knows what's up. Just use it.
Yep. Another opponent? Jeez. Yep. Ah! Ah! I like this. It basically just saying, chop, chop. Let's get through all the grunts, you know? What's with all these ultra-specific clubs?
That big of a school.
Yep. Oh. Oh. Oh, everyone's wanting to be club. Yep. That's brilliant, actually.
Yeah.
Fight Club. Yes, brilliant, Ryuko.
Have Mako be the club president, though. That way she gets a 2-star, because Ryuko doesn't
she's
need
got
one.
the banner and everything.
I love how Mako's just smiling while there's all the dramatic fog.
Yes. It's approved. Yep. She speaks from on high. Of course she does. Haha.
You really should have made Mako the club president, though.
Ooh.
New design.
Yeah.
Or is it just the light being behind her? Yeah, I think it is. Dun, 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 dun.
Paperwork.
Yes.
Indeed.
No, make Mako the president. Ugh. Okay. Could have had a free 2-star, but, you know. Yeah. Maybe Mako should be the president.
Yes!
Okay, and she'll get the 2-star Ultimate uniform, right?
Yes, it will improve your living situation.
But
she's too lazy, maybe? Folk dance, yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is just the fighting montage episode. I love it. Pottery Club! Clay psychokinesis.
That really sucks, though, that Mako was gimped out of a 2-star uniform, though.
I mean, maybe they just need more
easy.
members. Maybe they just fulfill some requirements, and then she'll get it. Oh, they do. It does improve their living situation.
Okay.
What do you think's a front alley dog? Dang.
Cool.
Wow. Oh, it's like an advertisement, you know? It's great. It shows the floor plan. Oh, with like a bidet. It had a bidet. Yeah. It's a good point.
Track too.
Yeah.
No more mystery croquettes.
Oh.
Nice.
The match made in heaven. Guts is just like, ugh. Yes.
Just because
Thank you.
of a school club.
Yep.
I don't know how the economy functions, but awesome.
Oh, man.
A green bathtub. Outside the window.
And dead. Think it.
The fact that she first said their eyes are positively sparkling, I was wondering if it was when they were peeping or not.
Wow.
All the paperwork.
Oh my gosh. And we're watching ping pong.
Yeah.
She has rackets on her boobs, you know? It's just like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh. The Origami Club.
You know, it's funny. Ryuko is actually the thing that makes this work for them because,
Right.
like, or could be.
Indeed.
I mean, you're making them have to spend way less money on all the other clubs, so. Is this where they're at now?
Oh, wow. Maybe this is going to be something where they realize that they don't deserve it, or they see they see what's kind of...
cuisine again. It makes them distant from each other.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got, like, cotton candy for hair.
Yeah. No more family meals, really. Mm-hmm. Wow.
All in one episode.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. She looks so professional. Her glasses. Oh, we can't keep this lifestyle, huh? Wow. This episode's being very unsubtle about it.
Just like that.
Ooh. Oh my gosh, the blood everywhere. And people smashed by like a big mace thing. Good clean fight.
And they're probably just like, no, please.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, wow. They were separate.
Yeah.
Getting each their own form of entertainment. Dang.
That's okay. I did not expect this. Good man.
Wow.
But
what? What? Even Guts has his own little attaché squad of...
But this, I love this design for Mako. It's so hilarious.
Oh my god.
Surprised she doesn't have assistants at this point.
No. No. Indeed. Oh my god. The inner circle.
It's true.
They're gonna self-sabotage. Yeah,
Yep.
Dang.
I really like this episode.
Yeah.
And they're not even there to peep because, yeah, no one's ever home.
All Ryuka has to do is stop fighting and the whole thing falls apart.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I love how her glasses look kind of like Gurren Lagann glasses. Like,
oh my gosh. Actually face the four Devas? What the heck? Mako's gone full super villain.
yeah. I love it. I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing to conquer it from the inside.
Right. Yep. I quit. Yep. Yep.
How is Mako gonna respond? Hey! Wait a minute.
Yeah, you have to fight
Fight
for it.
Ryuko. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
dang. Wow.
Whew. Yes! Yes! What? Yes! What? What is this? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Yes! That's amazing! Yes! What a uniform! I mean, it goes without saying, but is that a JoJo's reference?
Seriously.
Oh, this is
The
wonderful.
hat and everything.
Yeah. The only thing she doesn't have is the chain. Or no, she does, kind of.
Oh my gosh. Oh, we're gonna fight too. Oh boy.
They're gonna start cheering Mako on.
They just
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Hey, there's the chain, Jacob.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow. Dang. Wow. Whoa.
Oh.
Holy crap, here we go.
What? What? What?
Oh my gosh, that's totally a JoJo's reference. The hair's even behind it and stuff.
Yeah, the hat just
it's frayed at the back
and
yeah.
stuff. Huh. She's just gonna sit down and have a talk. That look, like, and her shoulders are, you know, made bigger by the coat and everything. Like, oh man, that is just.
If she says yada yada does it, like I'm gonna like I can do like,
and the way she has like the little grass thing in her mouth, like, because it totally would be a cigarette if she was actually Jotaro, but
right.
You know.
Oh, she's ona
Yeah. Wow, that is
this
incredible.
Is amazing.
That is so good. Don't lose your way.
Just keep repeating it.
She's running really slowly.
That was like a Kamina pose right there with the cape coming up.
Let's see you grit those teeth.
Yeah. Oh. No.
The tears are so overly
enormous,
huge.
yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Hmm. So. Oh. Wow! Oh! Wow. And this is just a 2-star?
Yeah. For real.
Let's see, Mako's tapped into the power of friendship. Yes.
No, and then Satsuki's gonna be like, okay, regardless, I want you in a 3-star because you are worthy.
Oh. Yeah. Yes! Mako montage! Yes! Wow. That's awesome.
I love how Mako ripped
going
off her
into
own
the
clothes
ending,
too,
yeah.
not just...
Yep. With fireworks just for
That was
flashiness.
a wonderful episode.
That was amazing, yeah. And Satsuki looks so pleased, actually.
Yeah.
Ah! Here comes the family! Yes! Everyone strip! Yes!
They're all stripping.
Oh! Oh, this is so sweet. Yeah. Oh. Da, 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 da. Yes. Mystery croquettes. Yes. Exactly.
I really like the ending.
Yeah. Wow. Oh. Whoa. Dang. Less than deadly serious is not in her repertoire, no.
Oh.
Oh, whoa, interesting.
Awesome. Oh, she totally did.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Yes. Okay, I gotta get a drink now. All right, guys, that was a fantastic episode.
That was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. I was,
Nani?
it was so good.
Is that a JoJo's reference?
Nope, not at all.
No.
Like, okay. Because the fact that they had the whole idea of the Fight Club,
Oh man,
awesome. I loved that. I also loved that. My whole thing of like, wait, what about Mako's 2-star Ultimate uniform? You could just get her one for free. Wouldn't that be great?
Right.
They did that, and it was wonderful. It was absolutely incredible. But like, just doing all the fight montages, it's also a very meta thing because the whole idea of like, I must go through all the peons to get to you. Okay, let's just do that, again and again and again and again.
Yep.
And then of course the fact that Satsuki's just like, yes, all according to Keikaku,
Indeed.
That was just wonderful. But then the whole thing of going like actually kind of deep there with how the family was changing and getting farther apart while still doing it in an over-the-top kill-a-kill comical way.
Yes, it was not subtle at all.
Yeah, but then like,
but they actually went there.
They went there, and like I was not expecting that, and then having it end with a battle between Mako and Ryuko.
Yes. Yes. I feel like that one guy in the general thing. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was just wonderful. I mean, yada does it. What an age to be alive. Like the
Mako was just without actually doing the auras,
And the fact that like I was like, wait, where's the chain? And then no, there's the chain's there. They didn't forget the chain. Like, oh man. And the shoulders being like way bigger, like
with the spikes and stuff.
Oh yeah. That was
spikes
all
at
just,
the end to like weigh it down and stuff.
Like that was
oh man. Yeah,
so good.
Kill la Kill really loves to have fun.
Yeah.
And as a show that ends up, I would say, doing a good job of deciding to tackle the whole idea of greed end up overshadowing the simple joys of life.
Yeah.
Something about the desire for things ends up overtaking basically one's own soul even. Like there's something about how when you end up moving your focus away from others and towards, the acquisition of things, regardless of what your purpose for the things is,
it can take you to a scary place.
It does come with some potentially negative like paths that you can take.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting that they decided to not only do this episode, it was something that they decided to very obviously say was going to kind of come full circle. Like I think in some ways they didn't make it obvious until the fight was going to happen. But once you see like how much they just doubled down on it, and Mako even like seriously fighting and stuff. Yeah. It was like, whoa, this is something that Satsuki is trying to make a point of to Ryuko. Yep. And it's something it's interesting because it ties in with the whole theme of Satsuki kind of teaching Ryuko. Oh yeah. And with her being this kind of extra influence on her life and stuff. I don't know. It really does fit in with the whole thing of her potentially being someone that's like, either related, like the mom, for instance.
Or just the fact that the relationship between the two of them is going to be a major focus for this show. One of the things that I was expecting them to make the connection between in the episode, and they didn't, and that's fine, is the idea that, Satsuki's whole speech about how, human beings being pigs in sheep's clothing, or what pigs in the skin of humans or whatever, and and the power of greed and all that stuff, and people just going after their
prosperity leads to greed, and then greed leads to their inevitable downfall.
Right. That's a great line, and Ryuko combating that with the but some people have the willpower to resist just their impulses, right?
Right.
And it's really funny. Because, one, it's coming from Ryuko. And she is one of the most impulsive characters in this entire show.
Seriously.
And more importantly, she's saying it to Satsuki, who is
the pillar of discipline.
The pillar of discipline and absolutely not impulsive, right?
Willpower, like
just
personified,
raw willpower and stuff. And I thought they were going to make the connection there and have Satsuki basically be like, exactly, now you know what I'm all about.
Yes.
And
I think that was the part that was subtle.
Right.
Was that she's not necessarily in a rush to teach Ryuko how that
she'll let her
them.
Make the connections on her own.
Because that's another thing to bring up, is that if Satsuki is teaching Ryuko, I think then that there's something that Satsuki knows that she's intentionally holding back.
Okay, I thought
it's not the obvious thing of why we started this whole show. Of, who killed my father?
Yeah,
I think it might not be as simple as that. It might be, why did your father have to die? Why did your father die?
Sure,
and that might be something that makes the whole situation less simple. It's not something as maybe Satsuki is being like, yeah, I know who his killer is, and by the end of my teaching of you, you'll come to understand why this had to happen.
That'd be pretty crazy if they did that.
Yeah, I think that Satsuki not only knows, who the killer is, but also knows like more than that.
Oh, sure. Yeah, she probably knows all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Well, right, but more than that regarding Ryuko, Like in some ways, I almost think Satsuki has to be tied to the father in some way.
Because of how much stuff she must know. Yeah, possibly. Because since Ryuko's father was connected to the school, or at least the Kiryuin family or whatever.
Right.
Because he did have the god robe and all that stuff, and I believe he was working on was it that he made it, or I can't remember. But the point is, there's a very strong point of connection there. So the whole suspicion that Satsuki knows something or even had a hand in his death totally makes sense. Now the one of the things that I also thought was really cool about this is there's the idea of teaching Ryuko, right?
Right.
But there's also the idea of kind of basically trying to get Ryuko on her side, right?
Yeah, integrating her.
Yeah, and the thing is that the reason that that's exciting is not because it's whatever, some evil villain ploy,
right,
or because it's just another gag in the wonderful adventure that was this episode, and everything that happened with Mako and her family and Ryuko and all that stuff, which was incredible.
So funny.
But it's bringing up the idea, the notion that we had from pretty close to the beginning of the whole idea of how badass and awesome would these two be if they were working together, right?
Yep.
So that this is the first time that has been basically canonically mentioned.
Sure.
Even though it was technically Mako that would have been brought into the council, that would have involved Ryuko to some extent because of the connections. She was the only other club member. So, yeah.
And don't you have to have 5 members to be a club?
Yeah, this is different rules.
If you keep just
rules.
Destroying everyone else, I guess, personal achievement. There you go.
Yep.
Trumps everything else.
That's right. Which is that was this whole episode was so much fun.
It was so much fun. There were so many moments
that were surprises
that were just wait,
but
what? So they go through all of these clubs, right?
Yep.
Everything from the clay makers, and their clay psychokinesis.
Yeah.
I was just oh my gosh. And then you know, the part of being like, oh, well, you can't just make a club.
Satsuki approves it. Yeah.
And then the light shines up behind and Emily's like thinking, yes, she approves it. She's like, I approve this. And he's like, all right, well then, here's the paperwork.
I was waiting for that to happen, and I was hoping that they would do that because like they kind of set this up as almost as like the this school is almost set up in the same sense as like a comical look at like what hell might be like when people talk about like the idea of like
layers.
Yeah, the layers of hell and the bureaucracy and the all of that stuff. Like so the idea of like, oh, you can make a club because, you know, we're not going to, you know, pick on you specifically. You go to the school just the same as anybody. Yeah. Just fill out the paperwork. There's a lot, you know. We had to make there be a lot of paperwork to deal with the inflation of all of the different clubs that are hyper specific, just because people want the 2-star Ultima uniforms and all that. Like, that was wonderful. And that Ryuko then is just like, Mako, you do it.
Yep. And she's just like, and then eventually she's just like, oh, it'll improve our standing.
She rose to the challenge.
Oh my gosh, it improves her standing.
It definitely did.
JoJo's references. Oh my gosh, when they fought, even before that, when it was like, oh, they're going to make them fight. Yes, that's amazing. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And then we're thinking like, but what could a 2-star Ultimate uniform do? Like, come on.
And also, what is it going to look like, right? You know, because like, okay, this will be cool. And then when there was the little grass thing, I'm like, okay, it's going to be something really quirky, right? And then they reveal it,
and it was just like,
okay,
all right, yeah, man, we're on board,
so on board,
and it was so perfect as well, because in some ways, it's like, in some ways it's like Ryuko was so shocked that she's fighting her and stuff, but it you know could be taken like, Nani, you have a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure like outfit for your uniform,
which of course Mako would do. And can I just say that as far as character choice for the JoJo's reference to be, one, Jotaro is probably the most iconic, you know, JoJo's reference they could make, you know, to make it obviously be a JoJo's reference.
Maybe at that time too.
Well, I mean, no, this came out in 2013 and like part 3. Well, that's a good point. Yeah, part 3.
Maybe part 3 had just ended or something.
Sure, that's a good point. But
like, I mean, he's pretty iconic in terms of.
He is pretty iconic. Like the design for Jotaro is fantastic. But like choosing Jotaro specifically. Speedwagon might have been a little bit more fitting, but Jotaro is the next like most incredible and just most fitting, because here's the thing. Mako is not a big character, but she has a big heart, and I am actually talking about her heart.
Yes.
So, of course, the fact that they gave her the design of Jotaro, the person who is apparently supposedly 17, you know, still high school age, yet is the like just so over the top as far as just being like so manly it doesn't even make sense, and just all of that. And they give that to Mako. It's this great basically like transpositioning of the two characters, because Mako is best girl. It's not even a debate. No. I mean, maybe you could try, but Mako is amazing.
Yeah. So at this point, there's no debate.
so the fact that they gave her Jotaro's uniform was just like,
oh, it felt so good. It's something that I'm also glad that we have enough sense of mind, or at least we've watched enough JoJo's at this point to where we can get the joke.
Yeah, that would have sucked if like we watched it and we were just like,
whoa,
cool,
that's a badass outfit.
Yeah. Of course, it'd be something quirky for Mako, because Mako's awesome, But then to just
we would have like, wow, that's so edgy. And, people in the comments would be like, how do they not know it's JoJo's?
But, oh man!
But then having the twist of it at the end be that she's holding back and she's upset at her parents for not stopping her.
Right. Yeah.
Instead of the whole thing of being like, I shouldn't be doing this. Yada yada yada. Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Instead, she was always thinking that, but then she stops when she sees
why
her
are you
parents are watching and encouraging her to kill Yuko.
Right.
And it's just like, why are you not doing that?
What happened to you guys?
Have you guys literally lost, sight of what's important here?
Yep.
And
Have you lost your way?
Yeah. Oh yes, they lost their way.
Yeah.
And
But
then
they found it again.
And then they had the song, the "Don't Lose Your Way," without the words. It was just like an instrumental version of it.
Yeah, and I love the fact that they didn't actually have the ending this episode because this episode had an arc.
Yes.
So the fact that they had the extra time was very helpful.
That was very helpful.
But just having that song be playing while all this stuff is happening, that was great. That was
love
awesome.
it when the ED blends into the actual episode just perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
And I love that Mako just strips immediately, and then the parents start running down the hill, like falling over each other, stripping themselves, and just being like, "Please forgive us, we're so sorry."
And if you think about that, like, okay, there could be just the fan service, it's a cool joke. Or it's basically that they're stripping away any trappings that they have, right?
That's what it is.
They're going back to their nature, right?
Yeah.
In its purest form.
I mean, they had underwear on.
Yes,
so,
they did. Right? Yeah, because after all, yeah.
Guts, stripping even.
I don't know how zip. Yeah. That was really great. Because they didn't have to do that as the thing. Yeah,
True.
They could just say, because we want to have some fan service in there or whatever. But Mako still had her actual normal school uniform on underneath. The 2-star Ultimate uniform, that was something that she put over it, and she was clearly still wearing it. So, we
didn't see her transformation, though.
We didn't see her transformation, but she was still wearing her regular.
But she stripped off everything.
But she stripped off everything, which was just a nice touch.
Yeah, it's basically I think her saying that. Yeah, I am so sorry. I throw away any kind of pride or anything I have that would separate my vulnerability or my insecurities from connecting with you in this apology. So I thought it was perfect. I didn't see it as a fan servicey thing. I saw it as a very sweet thing because in some ways, they're not going to have it very, very, very long anyway. So might as well just throw it into the dump now because that's basically all it is.
Yeah.
And it's something kind of interesting. I could see a lot of people taking this episode into some way where you could talk about economics and even bring into a whole talk of discussion of is prosperity something that is in and of itself evil? And it's something that I would say is a cool distinction to make. It's that prosperity can lead to greed, but the thing is that Satsuki said it in a more definite way. This prosperity does lead to greed, or prosperity just leads to greed. And then greed leads to their inevitable downfall or their inevitable destruction. And this is something that I think is very interesting, is that she still made the separation there, though. Greed, in and of itself, I would say, is something that, we watch something like Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and he'd be like, everyone has a little bit of greed. Greed isn't that bad. And it's like, of course he would say that.
Right.
But no, there's something that's
what you do with it.
Yeah, there's something that's interesting about desire. Let's look at that as desire.
Right, because everyone wants something.
Everyone wants something. And there are sects of people, SECTS, not the other one, specifically around the idea of throwing away your desires. And they'll focus and discipline their mind to have no desire. Thing is that that's not a part of human nature. The human nature will always lead you to desire something or someone or some state of environment or whatever. I find it interesting that they brought up the idea, though, about willpower being used to suppress desire. Now, this is something that the show tackles, I would say, relatively frequently. Is the whole idea of sexuality, and, they're doing it all with the goofy stuff with the fan service and all that.
Yeah.
But something about what's, one of the ultimate things that, most everyone wants is sex, basically. We want that pure pleasure of life and, all that it offers, essentially.
Sure.
And yet, in some ways, you could look at even prosperity and see that as more of a state than an actual like a resource itself.
Okay,
like a thing that you desire. You don't necessarily desire the state. You desire the things that come with prosperity.
Right.
And it's something that's interesting, I think, that if they're delving into this whole thing of identity and sexuality and all this stuff, if you desire those things, those are all, I would say, in some ways more of a state. Again, not necessarily the things that come with it. So I'm jumping around here, but I like that they brought it back to joy. Mako desired joy. Mako desired the shining sparkles in everyone's eyes of joy.
Yeah.
And the thing is that pleasure can bring joy. In some ways, prosperity could bring joy. All these things could bring...
a lot of different paths to get to joy.
There's a lot of different paths to get to joy, but the thing is that if you ignore the current route that you already have to joy, I think everyone, no matter where they're at, has some way to tap into joy. The thing is that we sometimes, I would say, befuddle, and this is, I'd say, because we have a lack of willpower, we conflate, but if I had these other things, it would be so much easier for me to tap into joy.
Right. Or,
and then, and then they equate basically the suppression of desire with, utilizing willpower. But what about the actual, application of willpower to tap into joy? The actual struggle that's required in order to find joy in the places that aren't easy.
Well, and I think that's why what you said about the fact that when you talked about desire, you mentioned sex. I think that is very interesting because the one that's all about... Because, when Satsuki talked about desire, right?
Yes.
She very much seemed to be talking about basically... not just desire, but the idea of base desire and letting your desires run rampant, right? And dominate your life, right?
Like lust, essentially. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. And the idea that she's the one who is the most disciplined out of everybody, right?
Oh yeah.
So the fact that you mentioned that as the unifying sort of desire, and then what was the Junketsu or whatever? Didn't they say that meant
purity?
So that's
she's a virgin.
Well, no, not that, but the idea that basically she is donning that purity of mind.
Where I like
she's basically going paladin, where she's not letting anything else in the badass, awesome way, not the cheap, usually done, way, like in fiction.
I love it.
By blocking out all other desires and making it so that her joy is the life of discipline, is the going after the things that are not easy, and that is, that's awesome. I love characters like that, and they're making it actually work here, and they're doing it for the person who is currently in the antagonist role, which is very interesting.
Yeah, I doubt that by I don't know, the halfway point, or maybe 2/3, that Satsuki will be.
Yeah, I already kind of don't see her as an antagonist.
Me neither.
Which is really cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is pretty awesome.
But yeah,
I like the idea of them bringing willpower back into the whole side of things, because it reminds me of Gurren Lagann.
Oh yeah,
it reminds me a lot of how humanity's whole existence is a struggle, and the thing is I don't think we struggle for things. I don't think we struggle even for people. I think we struggle because we believe in things. I think we struggle because desire ends up basically capping. You can't take desire all the way towards specific things. So it ends up going into intangibles. You end up desire things that can't be grasped or even owned.
Hence the whole origin of the statement of chase your bliss.
Yes.
So
yes, and I love that they're bringing that up, because Gurren Lagann is one of my favorite anime, and
it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. But now that they're tying that in potentially with where does actually the willpower versus desire relationship go on both ends of the spectrum, with suppression, but also in kind of allying them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome, pretty intense show. Really fun. Fun, amazing episode.
Such a great
Absolutely
episode.
loved it.
Like seeing Mako go into her own like space that is for when she is, doing an awesome moment and smashing all of the Fight Club stuff. In fact, they call it Fight Club is also, fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like that and of course the, yeah, it's all amazing. It's
the
just
greatest
so good.
member of Fight Club. Yada does it.
Yep. But, oh, man.
I'm sure that there's already some like Killa bridged out there where at this moment she probably like goes yada does it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, probably. That was
all right, guys.
So good.
Thank you so much for recommending this show to us.
Yeah.
We love it so much. If you want to watch the next episode's reaction right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon.
Yes.
You can get on early access there. Any level of support gets you access to our Discord where you can chat with us about stories, non-spoilery kill stuff. There's going to be Discord events in there, all kinds of crazy stuff. So yeah, check it out. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.